All right, so I think we're live. Welcome if you've just joined. I am just going to check something to make sure everything is streaming live. This is once again an unannounced live event. I'm testing yet another app here. And today I want to talk about, might as well as I'm testing this, my 2016 predictions for video marketing in particular, online video marketing in particular. So I'd love to know if you can hear and see me. Let me first see if you can see and hear me. I am just going to go to the watch page for this video, and then I'll be able to see how many people are watching. So it looks like there's one person watching at the moment, so that's cool. Eshan Craft saying he's first. Fantastic, Eshan, great to have you on the call. Yeah, so I'm testing another app today. You might have seen me testing a few things over the last few days. This is another app that I'm testing this time on my iPad. And what's cool about this one is it gives you a bit more flexibility. You can do things like share your screen. You can bring in another camera. For example, I have another camera here. This one here. This one's coming through my iPhone. And this camera here is coming through my iPad. So hopefully it's working pretty well. I mean, looks like there's two people watching at the moment. This particular app that I'm using is a bit more complicated to use than the other one that I was testing last night, if you saw me on that live call. But it is much more powerful. You can do a lot more things like switching cameras. I can, for example, show you my screen if I wanted to. Which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's very nice. So please let me know if you can see and hear me, and just in the comments area, that side. Which side? Yeah, over there. It's a bit hard because I'm not sure which side is which. All right, Gildardo, okay, so you were just on the call with me last night, Australian time, last night. So this time around, Gildardo, I'm not using Wirecast Pro. I am using another app called Switcher Pro, I think it's called. Let me see. Switcher Studio, Switcher Pro. I think it's called Switcher Studio. So if you do a search on, actually let me show you. If you do a search on Google for Switcher Studio, you can go to the website and download the app. You can actually just go straight to the App Store on your iPad or iPhone and download it right away. And it's a pretty cool interface. It's a bit more intense to get going compared to the other app that I was using, which was just the Wirecast Go app. Let's see if they have a bit more on their site for what it's about. I got this from Perry Lawrence, really cool video guy. So I watched one of his videos and he was using this software and it looked pretty cool. So you can stream straight to these services here: Bambuser, Concert Window, Cube, Twitch, Ustream, and YouTube. Of course, I'm streaming to YouTube live right now. And I'm just reading my comments here on right here. So if you do have any questions, happy to answer them for you. So I'll get into the predictions I have for 2016 very soon. First, I want to make sure that everything's working fine. So Gildardo, you can see me and hear me fine, and you're able to see my screen fine and hear me fine while I was talking, right? Just let me know in the comments area. Also be good to know, I guess, how it'd be difficult to figure out. I was going to try to figure out what sort of delay there is in this broadcast, since I'm using a different app this time around. Okay, so Gildardo says thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, so I must say my first impressions of this new app is I like the flexibility, but certainly not as easy to use as the Wirecast Go app. Of course, the Wirecast Go is easy to use, but doesn't have as many features. So DJ Benvera is on the call. Welcome, DJ. Yes, the quality is great, isn't it? So this video that you're seeing now is coming straight from my FaceTime camera on my new iPad Pro. So I understand that's kind of the same camera, same quality camera as what you can just get on the normal latest iPhone right now. So it's not particularly awesome, but it's good enough. The lighting in this particular room is not that great. I'm just in the co-working space again. But it's good enough, right? So the video lighting, of course, the video quality will be. So Gildardo, let me show you guys. I can share my screen with this particular app. So by the way, I'm running all this from my iPad. This whole live event is from my iPad. So Gildardo is saying, yes, I can see you and hear you fine. It would be best with the mic you showed last night. All right, yeah, so I don't have my mic with me today, Gildardo. I'm actually, I bought a new mic that's even better, that I'll be, might talk about once I get it. Yeah, so if you just joined, on this video I want to have a quick prediction of a set of predictions for where I think online video is going to go this year, or some trends to look out for at least. I mean, video is just massive online. You know, it's been massive for ages, but the growth is still exponential. It is still just going insane now with Facebook and Snapchat and Twitter all getting into video as well. Instagram. It just seems like it's never ending. Yeah, it is just incredible. So I'm going to get started with that soon and talk a bit more about my predictions for online video in 2016. In the meantime, I'm just going to muck around here with this app a bit, and if you've got any questions in the meantime, let me know. I can dig into that. So let me show you so this camera that I'll flick to now. This one here is from my iPhone, and you can so I can move this around now. I think if I go to my camera shots, I can change. All right, I can. So here's my setup, everyone. So I've got my iPad here, and I'm using the Studio, I think it's called Studio Pro or Studio, what is it called? Switcher Studio, sorry, Switcher Studio. There it is. So I'm using the Switcher Studio app here on my iPad to stream this live. And this camera that you're watching from here now is my iPhone that I'm just streaming in. You can see here, if I pull this in, you can see I'm holding the the camera just in front of my face so that I can show you what's happening. So this is what I'm using. Yeah, pretty cool. And I can share my screen as well, as you can see there. So boom, sharing my screen. Now I am back onto my normal camera on my iPad, and now I'm back onto the iPhone camera. So it's all working here through this app on my iPad. Pretty cool, right? Thanks to Perry Lawrence for introducing me to the Switcher Studio app. It's my first live event with it, so so far so good. It's a bit more complicated to get working with YouTube in particular, but hey, it's pretty cool. Right, so there's about 7-8 people watching at the moment. This is once again an unannounced event. I'm just keeping these really nice and small and close-knit because I'm just running these as tests, to be honest. I want to see if this can truly replace my big expensive setup in my home office that I normally run my live events from, and I want to see how easy it is to do this, how flexible it is it good enough quality to do something professionally. So with this particular setup, probably one more thing that I can do here is get some better lighting. This lighting's not so good here. Maybe get a microphone as well in place. So if you have any questions, this side, let me know in the comments area, and I'll answer a few questions before I get started. I've got about 4 minutes before I'll talk about my predictions for 2016. So the Firefly guy is, how is the iPad Pro sizing up so far? It's sizing up fantastic. I really love it. I'm a little bit biased because of the types of things I use the iPad for. I love using it with the Apple Pencil, which I'm just using. Actually, let me show you. I'm using it just behind my iPad at the moment. So I go behind there. I wonder if you can see it. There it is. So I'm just pushed it in there to prop up my iPad a little bit more for a better angle. But yeah, I mean, it's not as big as people say it is. I mean, it's yeah, it's bigger, but I mean, it's similar size to my MacBook Pro. Look at that. I mean, it's slightly, the screen is actually slightly bigger, but you know, it's so thin and it does a fantastic job of basically everything. And basically, it replaces my MacBook Pro for say 95% of the things that I want to do. So it's pretty cool. And oftentimes I use them together, like now, for example. So all over, I am really pleased with the iPad Pro. Fantastic device. The battery life is insane. With the Apple Pencil, it is just awesome. Yeah. So really, really cool. So we got 9 people on the call right now, which is great. Welcome everybody. If you've just joined, I'm just doing a bit of a test here. I'm running a lot of live streaming tests here using iPhone apps, iPad apps. This whole event right now is being streamed straight from my iPad. For this particular stream, I'm using the Switcher Studio software, which is just an app on my iPad, and you can bring in, you know, your screen like you can see here. You can have your camera just from your iPad, your main thing, and you can also have another camera like this here to, you know, multiple camera shots. So you can have up to 4 cameras or 4 shots here, which is just insane. You know, if I think about the processing power required on my fancy computer at home, my home office, it's incredible what you can do with this. It is just incredible. So I think there's definitely some very interesting applications that can be run from this. Let's look at the time. There's about 1 minute left. Let's see. Home Salesforce CSW is saying, it seems Blab is very popular and easy. How would you compare Wirecast for ease of use? Well, great question. So Wirecast, the desktop version, is not very easy to use, absolutely not. But you have some incredible functionality in it and incredible flexibility. Basically, if you compare Blab, say, to using Wirecast and streaming straight to YouTube Live, it's comparing a Toyota to a Ferrari or an Aston Martin. You know, the Wirecast software, just it's like having your own broadcast studio, you know, from your own computer. It is just incredible. So you do need a good computer for that to work. I've found that the processing power is really important. Without the good processing power, it's just not, it just doesn't work very well at all. But what's interesting about using these apps now on like my iPad and on my iPhone even is the quality is amazing. It's super easy to set up, and it doesn't seem to be using much processing power. I'm just running it from my iPad right now, and last night I was running one from my iPhone flawlessly, and the quality was just incredible. So the one that I was using on my iPhone last night was called Wirecast Go. So the Wirecast Go software is really easy to use as opposed to the Wirecast desktop software. So I'm not sure if you were asking about the Wirecast Go software or the Wirecast desktop software. Wirecast Go, I would say, is even easier than Blab, but you've got less features. Like with Blab, you can bring in other callers. With Wirecast Go, you can only do your own video. You can only have one video stream, and you can share some images. I would like to think they're going to update it at some point. Obviously, it is possible. I mean, with this app here that I'm using, the Switcher Studio software, obviously I can share my screen here, and I can bring in another camera, which is pretty cool. So let's just get my face back in again. All right, so I think it's about time for us to get into the my predictions, and I'm happy to answer some more questions as well. I'm just really just having a bit of fun here, and want to connect with you guys, provide some value, but at the same time run some tests and see what's possible with these cool new apps coming up. I guess before I start, there's one more question, follow-up question from Home Salesforce CSW. Is asking, he or she is asking, is Switcher an alternative to Wirecast? Yeah, it is. Switcher Studio is more advanced. It's got more features. You can have multi-camera shoots into it. Let me just show you what it looks like. If you haven't seen it yet. So there's the app just full screen on my iPad right now. This is my giant iPad Pro. So as you can see here, there's this is the camera from my iPad. This is my screen that I can share. This is the camera that I'm holding in my hand right now, which is my iPhone. And then I can even have a fourth one coming in. I mean, if I can even bring in images if I want to, but I don't have any images to show it right now. So it's more flexible, but it's definitely more tricky to set up, especially getting it working with YouTube. With Wirecast Go, I found it was just so easy. Just press one button and you're streaming live straight to YouTube, which is just incredible. But I think Wirecast Go, that's one app to watch for the future as well. That's it's a brand new app, so they're going to be releasing new features, I'm sure, in the near future. All right, so it's a he. Home Salesforce CSW is a he. Well, welcome. Okay, great. So with all 7 of you watching right now, I'm going to talk about what I think are excuse me, really important things to look out for online video marketing in 2016. And these are the sort of things that can make a huge difference in your business and how you use video. I started off my journey in the video thing as helping a local magician, and that went crazy. That channel's now had over 40 million views, the biggest free magic channel on the planet on YouTube, and done really well. And so I became a bit of an expert on YouTube marketing, and so that guy distracted me, I must say. So yeah, I became a bit of an expert, and then I started teaching people. But more recently, I've moved away from teaching video marketing, more towards building software businesses in the video space. So I guess I've taken a step back a bit, and so I've got a little bit more perspective now. So I'm not just into the education world, I'm also more into the business, much more of a business world, the startup world. So I feel like I've got a much more rounded opinion now of where things will be going. So Republic of Random, hi. He's saying he's got to go to bed now. No worries. I think I'll keep this on. These are just experiments right now that I'm running, so I think I'll keep it on if you'd like to watch it later. Bexhill Film Company saying well done, thank you. Great. So so I think I've got a much more rounded view now of the whole terrain. It's not, I don't just have this one-sided view of having just an online digital-based business just focused on online video and online video education. I've got my finger in the pie and a bunch of different other things as well. And especially over the last 3 or 4 years, I've built up some great experience in other worlds as well, worlds other than just video marketing. So I think that allows me to see a bigger picture, which is really useful. So I guess my first prediction, just jumping straight into it, is, you can probably guess that one, is the growth and attention and excitement of live video streaming. So in 2015, actually probably 2014 already, we saw services like Meerkat come out. So the iPhone app where you could stream live. Then Periscope came last year in 2015, and then Blab as well. YouTube Live has been around for a while. Google Hangout's been around for a while. But I think up until this point, it's all kind of been the fuzzy front end. In the development world, there's this concept of a fuzzy front end where basically at the start of any new project, it's like this big open funnel. So if you could imagine a big open funnel that's really wide at the front and it goes narrow towards the end. So we're right at the front now where there's still a bunch of different options. There's no one that's really fully claimed, I think, the live video streaming thing in a massive way. I mean, in the gaming world, there's Twitcher, of course. They've certainly made their mark there. But I think it's still up for grabs for who will be really leading the show. When I look at a company like YouTube, I am a little bit surprised with how behind they are in terms of the live streaming thing. Yes, they've got YouTube live events. Yes, they've got the Google Hangouts. I'm not sure how those two kind of fit together with it. Now, my understanding is that they're different teams within Google, and maybe they're competing against each other. I don't know, which is a good thing, I guess. But YouTube hasn't caught on to the whole app thing, like having everything streaming from your phone, for example, and from your iPad. That's what I'm doing right now. Why aren't we seeing any particular apps from YouTube for that? Facebook is another one to watch. So they also started testing out their live streaming thing last year just for a select few people. Now they've started opening up to a wider audience. So they're obviously really interested in this live streaming thing as well. It seems like everyone's jumping on it, but no one's really fully claimed it. So the big question is for this year, who will be dominating the live streaming space? But first of all, before I even think about that, is why? Why are we seeing this live streaming thing going so crazy? Why are we seeing all these big companies, YouTube, Facebook, Google, Periscope now, and Meerkat, Blab? Why is online video streaming taking off all of a sudden? So I think there's a number of reasons. Some obvious reasons from a business perspective for the bigger companies is that a place like YouTube, for example, their big thing is to get eyeballs on their site for as long as possible. And you can see it in the way they've changed their metrics as well, and now they rank videos. For example, watch time is a massively important thing now. So with live video streaming, that increases watch time. That increases the amount of time people spend on the platform. And so all these platforms realize that. Because why? Because live video streaming is the #1 most engaging thing you can do on the internet right now. I mean, if you can think of something else that's more engaging than live video streaming in terms of a medium on the internet, let me know in the comments area. I would really like to know what you think. If there's something else, maybe I'm missing something huge here, and maybe I haven't been focused enough on the education side of the world, and so maybe I've missed something. But for me, certainly from my perspective, the most engaging thing is live video streaming. And Bexel Film Company is saying, I'm engaged right now, LOL, which is, I guess proof in the pudding. Definitely. So super engaged. I haven't announced this particular event, so it's only a small number of people here. But what I found is even with my events that I'm announcing, there's a lot of people watching. People tend to stay. When I look at the stats, they stay for a long time. So let me actually see if I can show you an example of some of my previous streams, just to give you a feel for what's happened. Let me see, view completed ones. I just want to see my latest one, my last one that I ran. I want to see my last big one that I ran, that is. I think it was this one, analytics. Let's hope that goes to the right place. I'll share my screen already. No, not yet. Is this the right one? Yeah, here we go. So I am going to switch this over now. So this is a live stream that I did with a friend of mine. You can see we had at the peak about 100 and almost 200 people there, and they slowly started joining. And then, but look at this, look how long people stayed. I mean, after an hour, people were still kind of watching, and even almost 2 hours later, we still had 100 people on the call. So we started with, our peak was close to 200, and like 100 still towards the end. So this is not like a 3-minute long video. This is a this is like a 2-hour long video that people stay and watch. And I wonder if the stats show here the I wonder if there's other stats here. I'm missing some stats here, but I want to show you some other stats here for, I think it might be in here. For the average view duration was 15 minutes, and on average people stayed 15 minutes long. There you can see the graph again for how long people stayed. And just one more thing, total view hours, this is the important one. So for this particular live event, the total view hours that I had just for this one event was 233 hours. Now, just compare that to, say, creating a 3-minute long video. How, within 2 hours, I got 233 viewing hours for my video. I cannot say that I've ever had that with a 3-minute long video over a 2-hour long period. There's no way. So that's just an example of, the engagement of live video, and the reason why YouTube and Facebook, Blab, whoever else, they love it, because they know that when people are engaged, they stay on the platform. What does that mean for them? Well, they can do more stuff. They can sell more advertising. They can grow their platform more. They can have better stats and publish better stats, all this sort of stuff. So that's why they're so excited about it. That's why everyone is jumping on it. And of course, with technology, the way it's developed now, I mean, look at me, I'm doing this on a freaking iPad. And I've got my iPhone here with a good internet connection. I don't even have a fancy mic. It didn't take me long to set this up. It is incredible what you can do these days. So technology, the broadband has become good enough now as well. I'm actually streaming this whole live event from this little device here because the place I'm in now, the internet is not as good. But, and this is just a 4G advanced 2 little modem that gives me good enough speeds for live streaming. It's expensive, that particular one, but it's really good. So it's incredible. The technology is there, the platforms are there, the people want it. The platforms, the bigger platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Blab, Meerkat, Periscope, wherever, they want it because they can essentially make more money from it eventually. So it's a huge trend. And so I think for your business this year, 2016, you got to look at live streaming. I'm certainly planning to do a lot more of these, just getting out there and providing some great content, good engagement, and building some community again. I've been not been focusing on my YouTube channel for a long time now, for about 3 years or so, and keen to get back into it and rebuild the community there. So and live video streaming is going to be a big part of that. Now the cool thing with live video streaming, okay, get this. I spent so much time trying to figure out how to make my videos more engaging, and I would come up with all these really cool hacks for editing my videos, right? So with a certain kind of structure, a certain kind of elements, cool animations, cuts, different camera angles, all this sort of stuff, fancy, depth of field kind of cameras, just all of it designed to increase engagement. Now, with none of those tricks that I ever tried, and I've been doing this for like 9 years now, none of it works as well in terms of engagement as live video streaming. So that's interesting. So you don't necessarily need to have well-edited videos to get engagement. The live video thing makes it engaging in and of itself. All right, let's have a look at some questions here. Actually, I'll flick over here. Let's see if I can make this comment thing pop out. And I can go full screen on that perhaps. And then you guys can see the comments here with me. All right, so what other comments do we have? We have Gilgardo saying, yes, that's why Facebook Live, Periscope and Blab are exploding right now. Yeah, absolutely. It's just going nuts. Okay, so Bexel Film Company saying he's got a cunning plan. What is your cunning plan? Please share, we'd love to know. Okay, and Home Salesforce CSW saying, I get an update when you're on. Does Twitcher or whatever you're on have a directory on how do people find you? Yeah, I'm not sure how people exactly find me all the different places, but certainly if you're a subscriber of me on YouTube and I run a live event, if you have notifications turned on if you're on your phone for your YouTube app, I think you get a notification. You might have, if you have email notifications on as well, you might get a notification by email as well. And the other things, if you're on YouTube, you may see a notification either in your subscription feed or on your homepage that my channel's live right now. So I'm not sure about the other things, the other services, Twitch and Periscope and whatever else, how they do it, because I haven't really used them much. I know Periscope just pushes out a notification, but I'm thinking YouTube will probably improve that as well as time goes by. So Bexhill Film Company is saying one word in terms of his cunning plan. So one word, I'm assuming, here we go, celebrities. All right, great. All right, so I'm not 100% sure what you've got planned there, Bexhill Film Company. But yeah, absolutely, celebrities have jumped on this. They love the live streaming thing. I think it's certainly a massive trend to watch going forward. All right, I don't want to keep this video too long, so I've got maybe a couple more other things that I think are worth talking about. The second big trend that I think that's going to be massive, even more massive, it was massive last year already, but even more massive with online video, are these things, mobile devices. So, I mean, once again, look at me right now. I am streaming this live. Let's see if I change this camera angle. Yeah, so I'm streaming live now using, this is somewhat wobbly. If I could tighten that up a bit. I'm not sure if it, anyway, so this is my iPhone that I'm using now. I have my setup back here, which is my iPad, and I'm using my computer for just looking at the comments, but I guess I don't really have to. I can use another mobile device. What I'm saying is that mobile is going to be even bigger this year for 2016, and if you look at a place like YouTube, it's more than 50% of all the views come from mobile, and that's incredible. On Facebook, I'm not sure what their stats are, but I won't be surprised if a lot of their views, maybe not most, but a lot of their views are coming from mobile as well. I'm just going to change cameras here to this camera. So, no. Which camera was I on? I think I was on the wrong camera. I meant to be on this camera, my iPhone camera. Apologies about that. So you saw the side of my face for a while, but I meant to be on this camera. But yeah, so I guess I'm just trying to show you what I'm doing here. I'm doing everything with just mobile devices. So I think that trend is just going to grow even more. This iPad that I'm using here, let me flick cameras again. So this iPad here, this, I mentioned it earlier in the call, but it's pretty much replacing my expensive MacBook Pro and my expensive desktop at home, like 90% of the time. I'm using this, and I also have in my bag here I'll show you, a keyboard that I use with my iPad Pro, and it's very light, it's very mobile by definition, and I can do everything on it. Most everything, like 90 to 95% of times, I can do most things on there that I could do on my normal desktop or MacBook Pro. So it's incredibly powerful. Very, very powerful trend that I think you can't ignore. If you're in business online, when you're creating your websites, when you're doing video, whatever you're doing, you gotta think mobile. And we're just redoing our V-roll site at the moment. So if you go to our V-roll site right now, you'll see it's okay. The site looks fine, but we are going to improve this a lot. So we're just doing a whole new redesign of this, and a big part of it is thinking about mobile, and making it a lot more mobile responsive, and creating something that is truly awesome for a mobile experience as well. So I think for you going forward with this mobile trend in place, think very carefully about how you communicate with your audience through your website. Is it mobile friendly? What services are you using that are on mobile? It's a simple thing just on YouTube. I notice a lot of people still use mostly annotations for links on their videos and directing people to places. Well, at the moment, annotations don't work on mobile devices, but cards do. So that little, whenever you see a little circle up there, I don't think I've got one at the moment while this is live. I might put one on later. But the cards on YouTube is that works on mobile. So I don't know why a lot of people haven't started using cards more. Maybe they don't know about it, or maybe they're confused how it works. But if 50% of your audience is on mobile, and that's just going to grow, I would suggest you start using cards a lot more compared to annotations. I prefer annotations in terms of how it works. It's a pity that it doesn't work on mobile. I don't know why they couldn't fix that, but it's obviously some sort of technology constraint that they have there. But you're going forward, even for your YouTube videos, think cards. Use cards a lot more instead of annotations, because annotations don't work on mobile. So that's really important. Let's see if there's any more questions. So please feel free to ask more questions as we go through the call, and happy to do my best to answer them for you as we cover this. So let's see if there's any more questions at the moment. So Home Salesforce, let me go live. Home Salesforce is asking, are those tools Android too? Let's see if I can make this a bit bigger. Yeah, bigger. Nice and big. All right, where were we? So are those tools Android too? So the tools that I'm using at the moment are, I don't know, they're on iPhone, iPad. I haven't checked on Android. I do know that Android have some of their own apps that you can use to stream straight to YouTube live, no problem at all. But I'm not an Android guy, so I can't comment on that, sorry. Let's see what else we've got here. And I've got one more. I do have one more trend and prediction that I want to make. So let's have a quick look at the questions here and then move back to this last prediction. So let's have a look here. All right, so I've muted. Oh, okay, yeah, so there's only a couple people that's missing, can't hear me. So yeah, looks like, yeah, looks like I'm back. All right, so let's see. Big Hill Film Company saying, could, if someone else had this tech, be a part of your video visually and audibly? Bexhill Film Company, I'm not sure what you mean by that question, but maybe it's not a question, but just clarify that if I misunderstood. Sorry, it was a card. Not quite sure what that means. Bexhill, a little bit lost here for that. So 24 karat crochet, I hope you've got my sound again. Sounds like you do. So she can hear me. All right, great. So our Labi Aziz, once you've done all the research for keywords, how long does it take to get your videos ranked? Okay, so good question there. I'll quickly answer that before I go into my last prediction for 2016. So the question is, once you've done all the research for keywords, how long does it take to get your videos ranked? So that's by our Labi Aziz. So interesting question. I'm not sure if there's a really straightforward answer for it. Maybe partly because my experience is not so huge in that area anymore, but also partly because there's so many variables right now for getting your videos ranked. For example, if you select a very popular keyword for ranking for, and there's a lot of other videos, strong videos already ranking for it, you might never rank for it. Not even on the honeymoon period, which is normally the first day or two that you get, extra exposure, you get a better ranking in the first couple of days. But you might not even rank if it's a really popular keyword phrase. On the other hand, for more long tail, less popular keyword phrases, you can rank just like that, and you know, stay there for both the honeymoon period as well as for a longer term. So it depends a bit on the competition, I guess. It might also depend on other factors like you know, YouTube might look at the watch time of that video. You know, the people watch it long enough, were they engaged, that they leave comments, that they like it, all these sort of things that we're looking at to determine whether it's rankable or rank worthy, I guess. And of course, watch time and session time are the two most important things that YouTube now looks at for ranking your videos. So those are you know, different variables that you got to look at for ranking your videos. But yeah, you can get it done very quickly. If it's not as competitive, it's instant. I mean, this live event, if you do a search for this live event now, let's have a look, just as an example. So let's share my screen here. So if I do a search on YouTube now for the title of this call, so I'm just going to copy that. Let's go to YouTube, and I might just open a new window for that, and just make it smaller again. So let's do a search on YouTube now for that. So already it is ranking there number one. Obviously it's still live, but you'll probably be able to do this search after this is live, and it'll probably rank immediately for that. So let's see if I cut out some of this text here and see if I still rank. So even for something more general like my 2016 predictions, I'm still ranking number 2 there, which is pretty cool. And let's see if I just go remove even my from the keyword phrase, where I rank for that. So obviously that's a lot more competitive, but let's see if I'm even on the first page. It doesn't look like it. Not yet anyway. No, so let's see if I'm on the second page. So obviously you can see here how it changes the more. Okay, so I'm on the second page, there I am. So yeah, the algorithms work really quick. So you can get ranked extremely fast, especially with live events. And that's, you know, that's another reason why I think live events are so awesome. You can rank your videos really quickly and really well. Actually, let's just see where, you know, this is a video, let me show you. This is a video I did a long time ago. So what was it called? Video, I think it was called YouTube video ads. Yeah, YouTube video ads, YouTube video advertising. So this was a live event that I ran. I'm not sure where I rank for that anymore. So I still rank on the first page. I was number 1 for a very long time. So I'm still number 5 or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's number 5. And I did that like a year ago. So it's number 1 there for a long time. And I think I might have even another one on the same. So this is another one that I did also about a year ago. I'm still ranking on page 1 as well for that particular keyword phrase. I think if I do video advertising, I might rank slightly higher because I think that's what I optimized for. Yeah, so I rank number 3 for that one, which is pretty cool. You know, so it's quite an older video. So what I've seen YouTube do lately as well is they seem to give preference to more fresh videos as well. So for example, this one here from Eyesight Build, that was only 5 months ago. Obviously, he did a very good job there with his video. This one here from Like-Minded Marketers, doing a great job there with their video as well to outrank me in this particular case. But just an example really of how powerful online video, like live video streaming is for ranking and how quickly it can happen. All right, so let's see if there's anything else, follow-up questions that I've missed. So let's go nice big again. I like it's big so you guys can see what's happening. All right, so what else do we have here? Yeah, so 24 karat crochet saying I've seen a big increase in cards over the last few weeks. Okay, could I be in this video if I had Wirecast? Oh, so Bexel Film Company. All right, so you can't be in this particular video, I don't think. Yeah, because it might be possible, but I haven't figured out how to do it yet, how to bring in, you know, other callers, for example. Not with this software anyway. So maybe this you know, the Wirecast Go app will bring it out, a feature like that where you can pull in other other callers through their webcam. That'll be pretty awesome. But I haven't seen that yet, just from the apps. On the Wirecast desktop software, yes, you can pull in whatever you want. You can pull in a Skype caller, FaceTime caller, whatever you have in your screen, you can pull that in. But not on this particular one. Okay. So I'm about to share my final prediction for 2016. But first, I just want to see if there's any other questions that I've missed for now. So 24 Karat Crochet is asking, what are your opinions on the new YouTube Red? What impact does it seem to have on for video creators? All right, so that's actually, before I answer that, Tom is saying, I'm not sure if it's me, but you keep cutting out. Tom, maybe try watching at a lower quality stream. So if you click on a little cog down there, try and change the quality of the stream, and that might work a little bit better for you. I haven't seen anyone else with problems just yet. So let's get back to this question from 24 Karat Crochet. What are my opinions on YouTube Red? And use that as a nice segue into what I want to talk about next, which is my final prediction for 2016. And that is that not just YouTube video advertising, but online video advertising as a whole is going to be massive in 2016. It's going to be more massive. It's been incredible, the attention that bigger brands have been giving to online video advertising. So of course YouTube was starting the show with that, and then basically Facebook has jumped on the bandwagon now as well. And you know, when you look at all these combination of things, we've got the live stream thing happening, we've got the mobile thing happening, we've got video views in general just going through the roof. I think Facebook's going like 8 billion views a day. YouTube's sitting at 4 billion views a day. Facebook has a bit of a funny way of counting the views, which is a bit unfair. But nonetheless, the amount of attention on video is huge. And so because of that, advertising is becoming huge as well, because everybody wants to advertise where the eyeballs are. And so that's the next, my final big prediction is that, you know, online video advertising in general, not just YouTube, but YouTube video ads, Facebook video ads, Twitter video ads, Instagram video ads, I think Snapchat has video ads as well. It seems like every platform now has video and video ads coming through. So it's just going to keep on growing. And so for your business, I think those are going to be, you know, that's going to be a very important thing to consider if you're not doing it, to get into, to start using video advertising. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I started V-Roll, a V-Roll company. If you haven't seen it yet, just a quick little plug here, I guess. So V-Roll focuses on helping you automate the whole process. And we've already served over 14 million ads using our platform since we started last year. And so, you know, again, proof that there's something happening here. There's massive interest in video advertising. In our platform, we basically at the moment focus on Facebook video ads and YouTube video ads, but you know, it's just growing. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to start this business, because I see it as a massive trend that is taking off, and we're still at the beginning of it. I think we're still at the relative beginning of it, and it's just going to grow and grow and grow. So if you're not using it just yet, I strongly recommend you get into it. So those are just a few of my predictions. So just to review them quickly, first of all, live video streaming is going to be huge in 2016 on YouTube, Facebook. Who knows if Twitter will bring something out. I guess they've got the Periscope thing. That's through Twitter, isn't it? Yeah, so Periscope, so they're on it. We've got Blab. You know, the big question for me with live video streaming is who's going to be the leader? You know, who's really going to own that space? You know, in the same way that YouTube has owned online video for so many years, and they still own it to a great degree, in the same way that Facebook has owned social media and community building, who's going to be that company or that platform for live video? At the moment, it's quite disjointed. We've got all these options to look at and choose from. So who's going to make it, who's going to dominate, who's going to survive? Those are the big questions. But use it. Start using it if you're not using it yet, live video streaming. Second massive trend was mobile, and the growth of mobile use. You know, everybody's on their phones, on their iPads, and less people are using desktops. You know, as I said, I'm mainly using my iPad now for doing my work. It's incredible. So you know, mobile is huge. So design everything you do online with your strategy with mobile in mind. You gotta. And the final prediction is that video ads is going to be it's going to skyrocket. And so once again, if you're not into it yet, start looking at, we've got, if you're interested in learning more about it, you can go to our website here, vroll.com. If you go to our blog, there's a bunch of interesting articles there, 100% free. We do also have a free trial at the moment for VRoll. If you sign up, you can sign up for free. You can create 4 free videos and check it out. That's if you're interested in video ads. But I do recommend you check it out, even if you don't go through VRoll. There's a lot of people chatting about it now. A lot of platforms popping up with with video advertising, this sort of thing. So definitely a huge thing to look out for. What I'm going to do now for the last few minutes is I'm just going to switch over to some Q&A and see if there's a few questions you might have, and then we'll call it a day. So let me flick over to my little Q&A place here. All right, so let's have a look. So if you have any questions right now, feel free to just leave them over in the comments area over there. If you're not watching this live, obviously you won't be able to leave a comment. But if you're watching this live right now, leave a comment, and I'll do my best to answer it for you. So let's see what we've got here. Okay. So Bexel Film Company is saying, thanks, I'm going to try and think of a way to harness this information to my advantage. Brilliant. 24 Carat Crochet saying, I agree about the increasing use of mobile devices. I know I have a lot of viewers who use tablets and phones. Seems to be the way things are going. Absolutely. So once again, guys, if you've got any questions, please go for it and ask away. I will have a quick look here to see how many callers we have at the moment. It's a bit hard to see. So this one, about 7 people watching at the moment. So not a big number. So this is your chance, if you're one of those 7, to ask a question. And this is just a little unannounced call that I had, of course. So it didn't go out to my bigger audience. But if you do have a question, now is the time to ask, and I'll answer it for you right away. Otherwise, I'll leave this for another minute or so to see if there's a question coming through. But otherwise, I'll bring this call to a close. So our Labi Aziz is asking, how do you see this information being helpful in promoting a daily vlog channel? Oh, fantastic question. So if you have a daily vlog channel, oh my goodness. All right, so first thing, if you're doing daily vlogs, I would certainly start doing the live broadcasting thing a lot more often. And if it's a daily vlog thing, that's the whole thing. People they want to be part of your life. They want to follow you and see what you're up to. And if you can increase that engagement through a live experience, that's gonna do tremendous stuff for your channel and for your subscribers. They're gonna love it. So what I recommend you do is go use your phone or your iPad, go and download Wirecast Go, and just muck around with that. It's so easy to use. You can instantly stream straight to your YouTube channel, and it's ready to go. So you don't have to go through Periscope or Blab or anything else and then download and then re-upload and blah blah blah. It's immediately live on YouTube channel. So that's one thing I would do. The other thing I would do is complement my views and subscriber base with paid advertising. Inside VRoll, we have, just as an example, we have a template there. Let's see if I can log in. I think I'm logged into this account. Yeah, so let's see if I zoom in a bit. So we have a template here under our YouTube ads, for example. So let's go to the templates, where, let's see, it's just loading a bit. So I'm running a lot of things from this connection. Okay, so here it is. Where was it? Yeah, here it is. So this template here is specifically designed for helping you get subscribers on YouTube. And I actually tested this particular template on my own channel, and doubled my subscription rate overnight, and I managed to get, without optimization, I managed to get subscribers for about 50 to 60 cents. So I think you can, I've heard Daryl Eves talk about getting subscribers for much cheaper as well. So that's if you do a good job with the optimization. But yeah, certainly if you're doing a daily vlog, grow with paid ads. It's becoming much harder as competition has grown with organic to grow your channel just organically. But I would certainly do paid advertising as a huge part of your strategy, and also look at doing a lot of collaborations now with other bigger channels to help give you extra exposure. So those are just a few things that I would certainly consider. So let's have a look what other questions we have here. Bexhill Film Company is saying, quick question, what are these cards you're speaking of? All right, so let's flick over to a YouTube video where we can see a card. Trying to think, where do I have an example of that? Well, actually, I'll just show you where they happen. Wonder if in my videos, I can't remember now. But let's use this this video as just as an example for you to show. So basically, I don't have a card on this particular video, but you will have seen quite often on a YouTube video a little eye that comes up there. Sometimes it even has a little call out window that pops out there, and when you click on it, it opens up a little window here on the right hand side. Those are cards. And so when people click on it, they go to a website or they go to another page on YouTube. There's a bunch of different options you get from that. So it's kind of replacing annotations now. So so that's definitely what you've got to do these days with your videos. Use a card for every single video, because when people watch it on mobile, which is 50% or more, they're not going to see annotations, so they're going to see the cards. It's a nice way of sending people to your website, for example. So those are cards. Okay, so what else do we see? It's another one from Bexhill Film Company. Is it easy to do this with a DSLR instead of an iPhone? Well, I don't know yet. I haven't tried that yet, so I don't know. I'm not sure how you'd get a DSLR feed into your phone or into your iPad. I think that's going to be a limitation for now. Whereas if you're running Wirecast on your desktop, then you can basically bring in whatever you want. You can bring in as many cameras as you want, given that you can handle it with your computer. You can have as many screens as you want. So obviously you can have a DSLR kind of camera for that, but that's on desktop. On your iPhone or iPad, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how you do that. I'm not sure if it's possible even just yet, but anything's possible, right? But I just haven't looked into that. So that's something to look into. Let's see if there's any more questions here. All right, another one from 24 Karat Crochet. It used to be the case some things didn't show up on mobile devices, like annotations. Is this still the case with any features of YouTube? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, annotations still don't show up on mobile, as far as I can tell. I mostly watch video on my mobiles now, like either on my phone or my iPad, and I don't see annotations. I see cards though. I haven't officially looked into it, but my understanding is that annotations just don't work on mobile, and cards do. So yeah, that's the story. If you got any more questions, I'm not seeing any more questions right now, but if you do have any more questions, I'll give it another minute or so, and for you to write a question. Otherwise, I'll bring the call to a close. But if you have another question, please let me know, and I'll answer it for you right away. In the meantime, I'm just going to have a quick look to see how many people we still have on the call as a vanity metric. Not that I promoted this at all, but it's nice to see that. So there's about 6 people watching right now. So if you're watching this right now, you got a question, that side. Leave your comment, and I'll see if I can answer that for you. All right, so what do we have here? Bexhill Film Company saying they don't. I've always wondered why. Yeah, so yeah, annotations just don't show. I think it has something to do with the technology that's used on mobile devices for the video player. maybe something to do with HTML5. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know even on Android, non-Apple devices, whether annotations work. Maybe they do, but certainly on the Apple ones, I haven't seen them working. Another question from Bexhill Film Company. And when's the next live event? I don't know. At the moment, I'm just doing these sort of things impromptu at the moment. I will probably get a bit more organized this year and plan them out a bit more and actually announce them and promote it out to my wider audience. For those calls, normally I'd get a lot more people on it, so the comment stream will go crazy, especially compared to today. Today was nice, it's nice just to have a small number of people there and asking your specific questions. It was quite a nice stream of comments, but yeah, for bigger ones it'll be potentially quite messy, but we'll test that out as well in the future. Okay, so Bexhill Film Company is saying that I don't work on Android either. Okay, so there you have it. Well, all right, so thank you so much for joining me for this live event. It was real fun. It was just an impromptu thing. I didn't even prepare for today. It's just, I didn't have any notes or anything to talk about. I just literally came into the office, set up my iPad. Took me a few minutes to set up the streaming thing, and ready to rock. And I think that's the beautiful thing these days, what we can do. And I think this is the sort of thing we're gonna see more in 2016. The live stuff, the mobile stuff, and then combine that with video advertising. Boom, you've got a really awesome combination. All right, so that's it from